Hello, hello, hi, hi, folks. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. In hopes that you spend your day than the day squeeze out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your online business. What's happening? I guess I feel like I owed everybody to go live earlier since I've been going live late. And so here we are. Much, much, much love on everybody who has messaged me, texted me, uh, called me, has left me voice messages, voice text. I, I have a few of them, and I cannot thank you enough. I cannot appreciate that enough. I literally have people from other countries um, saying what's up to me and saying and wishing me well and praying for me, and that's humbling. That's humbling. So I cannot appreciate that enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I have got back with everybody almost. I know not 100%, but I think I have about maybe 70, 80% covered. Returning text messages and chats and voice calls and voice messages and stuff like that. So it's been really cool to do that. I really appreciate that. Not gonna lie. So welcome to special. So let's get on with tonight. That's enough yapping in the beginning. So you know, it's interesting as more and more I get into network marketing, direct sales, and all that. As more I get into it, and I'm curious about two things, right? I'm curious one about how the top earners make it to the top. How you become so successful. At the same time, I'm intrigued by what makes you not become successful. You know what I mean? What kind of derails you, if you would. And I got to tell you, there's a few reasons. There's a few, I would say, core reasons for this. Jenny, how are you? Welcome, welcome. There's a few core reasons for this, but I want to give you the two differences between, a traditional business, if you would, and a network market gig. And believe it or not, these two differences, I believe, that are the main two reasons why um, people fail in direct sales and network marketing. So maybe you can stick around and see how I break them down for you. So when you start a traditional business, right? When you start a brick and mortar shop, if you would, let's say you open a sandwich shop, right? For you to start the business, it's going to take a few things, right? It's going to take, well, I mean, if you're doing it on your own, then you're going to just come up with a plan, just come up with everything pretty much, right? The system, you're going to have to come up with the computers, with the menu, if you would, with the haves and have-nots, right? So you got to come up with all of that stuff if you're doing it on your own. If not, if you're plugging into a franchise, then, if you're doing like, let's say Domino's, I think it's $250,000 to get started. And don't quote me on that. It could be more, it could be less, but it's right around 250. And obviously you get into, their system, their training, their manuals, their computers, and all that stuff. But you still got to buy the dough and the pepperoni and the tomatoes and the mushrooms. You still got to have the oven. You got to still have the location. You can't be standing in the corner, flipping pizzas. So you got to have certain things, right? And you got to have certain things, and some of it comes with a franchise, some of it doesn't. Now, in a situation where there's, when we're talking about a dominoes, if you would, 250,000 to start, and they will tell you that you will make up your money back in 10 years. Just think about that for a second, okay? 250,000, that's quarter of $1 million US dollars, and you would break even. We're not talking about profit. We're talking about you breaking even in 10 years of that 250, and now you can go ahead and enjoy some profit, however much it is, right? So, and people buy into that. Well, obviously, there's Domino's pizzas everywhere, Pizza Hut, all this stuff, all Subway, all the franchises have $50 to start, and you're not going to get your own money back right away. You're not, and you know that, and you get into it 100%. You're like all in, right? Now, let me ask you a question. Let's just start like a Domino's pizza. Let's say you start a pizza shop. How would you run your business? Like, how would you run the pizza shop? Like, would you like tell them you know about the pizza shop? Would you would you um, get offended if somebody eats your pizza and says this is the worst pizza I've ever had? Would you close your pizza shop if somebody says pizza shop? I don't know anything about pizza shop. Would you like close your business? Or would you just like no matter what show up, right? What happens if you don't have enough customers? Do you just like sit around and like fan yourself? Or do you try to figure something out? Like, I don't know, coupons or flyers, or you invest in that stuff, right? I mean, yes or yes. Throw some hearts or throw some yeses, comments. So I know you're engaged, right? So I'm thinking that's how you would run your business because I mean it's going to take you 10 years to break even with a quarter million, right? So, and you probably won't get offended when somebody says your pizza sucks. You give them a refund and you say, "What? Don't ever come back here." What happens if people love your pizza? You reward them, you give them love, have them come back, right? What happens if people say, "Man, you don't know nothing about pizzas"? What happens? Do you still show up the next day? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you still show up the next day, right? So that's how you run your business. With that kind of a capital, you start, and with that kind of an attitude, you continue. Now let's get on the market, network market. Let's say your entrance fee or your first investment to buy your package, say it's product based. Let's say it's $1,000. Some of you are going to scream at me because I know these days $1,000 is a lot. You can get started with 200 bucks, 500 bucks, I don't know, 100 bucks. There's all kinds of brands and platforms. So let's just say it's $1,000. Okay, you get started with $1,000. Now here's the thing: you get products for that $1,000. You spent 1,000, you got $1,000 worth of products. On the other side, you spent 250. You just got some manuals and a computer system. You still have to buy the lettuce and the tomato and the mushrooms and the dough and the sauce and the salad dressing and dips and the napkins and the plates and the forks and the knives and the plastic cups. Okay, so you paid $1,000 here. You basically get $1,000 worth of products. Now you're in the ball game, right? Now, how do you run that business? Okay. You tell somebody, hey, I started a business. And they say, what? You did what? They say, you did one of those things? You're dumb. What happened? Show up the next day? Hmm. Do you? What if somebody tries your product and they say, oh man, this thing sucks. This thing doesn't work. Do you show up the next day? I mean, I'm curious. I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm seriously asking. Do you show up the next day? Um, what if somebody says, you don't know anything about business, bro? What did you do? Did you just throw away $1,000? What do you do then? Try to find everything you can to send the package back. You know, I love how Ray says this part, but it, you don't know anything about systems or anything, but you go through every single loopholes and all kinds of stuff, and you find out how to return the package, right? Um, you don't run your? I mean, I'm just curious. Do you run them the same? Like if you had a pizza shop and a network marketing business, would you run them the same? It doesn't sound like you would. It really doesn't. Does it? One major difference between traditional business and a network marketing business is the way you start your business. Straight up. You start your business and then you run with it or you just stop. The way you start your business is also one of the major reasons that people fail. Why? Because you're only spending $1,000. You're not spending 250,000. You haven't put a name on a lease on a location for like 3 years. You didn't buy yourself a hood. You know, you didn't buy yourself a refrigerator or a cooler. I get that. That's the reason why people fail in network marketing. If they had all of that, they probably show up the next day like no matter what kind of thing. Maybe. Think. I think. Because I know a lot of business owners that no matter what you say to them today, like they open the next day. Like, have you read complaints about businesses online? No, they're still open. Disneyland has got a gazillion complaints. People have got seriously injured. Rides have got shut down. Guess what happens the next day? Everybody shows up to work, no matter what. They're like, I gotta go to work. It's like somebody's like hospitalized, fell off the ride. Like, yeah, but I gotta go to work. Doesn't stop them. What happens here on this side? You tell your friend you started this business and they said you're an idiot, and then you just like cry and then go to the mountains and just decide to be a caveman for the rest of your life. It's like you fool yourself. One of the main reasons why people fail in network marketing is the way they start the business. And the second difference between a traditional and a network marketing business is the way you leave a business. See, the first one is how you come in. This is how you get out. Let me ask you a question. That franchise, the pizza shop, that you just spent $250,000. Yeah, and you're not gonna see it for another 10 years. You just know that, right? You just gave somebody 250,000. They give you a manual and a computer system and training. You're not going to see it for 10 years. And you signed up for that plan. Okay. Just go with me here. So you signed up for that plan. You got lettuce, you got dough, you got a refrigerator, you got hood, you got all this stuff out of your pocket. This is coming out of your pocket, not a part of the 250. Just buying the system for 250. So all this stuff is coming out of your pocket. Now you got all this stuff. Um, when is a good time for you to leave that business? I know businesses that have had no customers for weeks and they still show up. Why? They hope there's like one person. You don't leave a traditional business like that, do you? No. You exhaust every option. You work your tail off. And the statistics tell you 95% of traditional businesses die in the first 5 years. I want you to get a hold of what's happening here. 95% of small businesses will die in the first 5 years, which means that $250,000 you gave to Domino's is a good chance you'll never see it because your business may die in 5 years and you never see 10 years and you still sign up for that. People sign up for that plan. You wouldn't leave that business that easy, right? Until it's like run to the ground, right? Like it's come like you see the businesses that have been there for 30 years have no customers for like a year. They haven't had a customer for like a long time, right? And it it decides to shut down or what have you. And there's news reporters and everything that's happening. Oh my God, this business is shutting down. It happens in your town as well, right? And it can't be just me. Everybody cries that the business shut down. It's on the news. Reporters comment. People cry. I had memories. What happens if you quit your business here? They pat your back. They throw you a party, probably, right? They tell you, man, such a good thing. What were you thinking? Tana June, Instagram, what's up, right? So cheer you on when you stop this business. When you stop that business, it's what happened, man? I thought, wow, you're um, right. The other thing is this. Now, if you think that okay, you know what, that's not it. Here's the other on l- leaving the business. Okay, if you were to leave the work marketing or business, you've only lost $1,000. Technically, you really didn't lose that either because you got products for that $1,000, right? So if you got $1,000 products and you leave the business, you still got the product. If you don't use them, that's your thing, right? That's all you. But the other side is it's $1,000. It's simple to. It's easier to just leave that than 250,000 and a 3-year lease and the hood and the refrigerator. It's so much easier. It's so much easier to say, well, that didn't work, and leave versus a traditional gig. So when you think about it, the second most common reason why people don't do well in network marketing is the easy exit plan. It's so easy to exit. Nobody's gonna like be upset with you. fact, they're probably going to cheer you on. They never cheered you on when you got started, right? So the whole thing is that the entrance and the exit is the way you enter and the way you can exit. And those two are so important to pay attention to because you can, here's the thing, you can be all excited about getting into a traditional business like that pizza shop, right? You get exhausted after 2 months when you realize what the heck is going on. You'd be exhausted, except you can't get out that easy. You can't. You're stuck. On the network marketing side, you get started, you're excited. 2 months after, nothing's happening. Everybody telling you no. You're getting rejection after rejection. People hate your guts. And you're like, oh my God, this is exhausting. I leave. Very simple. So it's really not anything else. I mean, if you really think about it, these two could be very main reasons why people just don't even try because the whole thing with the network marketing and online businesses and stuff like that is that people leave too soon before even knowing if it's going to work or not. I'm not going to say, hey, it's going to work for sure. You just stick around, but you didn't even stick around to see if it's going to work. Like talking to three people is not like good enough in anything. Imagine imagine you have three customers for the month on that pizza shop. You're probably not going to do that good, right? So it's a very, very simple thing. It's just that when you get in, you want to have the mentality that, hey, listen, I've invested some cash because I'm expecting that my work, my time, my effort is going to give me some return, right? And I'm going to close off the exit so that it's not so easy for me to leave. Because then, you know, it doesn't make any sense, right? Because you wouldn't give it a go, a real go, if it were that easy to just come in and go, right? So keep those two things in mind. It's very important that you keep those things in mind, especially if you want to get in or if you're in and you're thinking of exiting because it's exhausting because people are saying no. And look, the thing is this, I'll leave you with this. I've been in sales for a long time, and I can say this, right? People buy things all the time. They buy it online. They buy it from network marketing companies. They buy it from Walmart. They buy it from Kroger. They buy it from Ralph's. They buy it from Nordstrom's. They buy it from Macy's. They buy it from Target. They buy it from everywhere. People buy things all the time, right? And so if in your platform, your company, nobody's buying anything, yeah, I would say there's probably a problem there. You probably not in a good platform. But the chances are wherever you look or wherever you are, there's people who are making moolah, like gangsta money in every company. Like, that's not a bragging right to say, oh, my company, oh, this guy makes this much money. It's like, all right, every company's got like people like that, right? The thing is this, they figured out ways to speak the language of their product in order to present it to people. Remember, people are buying things all the time. All you got to do is learn the language of your product to your consumers. If you are working at a car shop, you would want to be able to talk engine. Why? That's probably what's happening there. You wouldn't be talking, oh, this suit looks amazing on you. people would be like, "What the hell are you talking about, bro? I'm an engine, right?" So you can't have that mentality here. You just have to learn the language of your product, of your opportunity, and now your audience. It's a different audience. They're not here to buy a suit. They're here to buy your product. Therefore, you got to learn your language, the product's language, the opportunities language, the company's language, the profession, the audience. That's how these people do really well. The people who don't do well don't pay attention with these things. And they just because it's so simple to leave, they just leave. It's simple. I in every job that I was successful, I did just that. I learned my product and I learned how to present my product. It's not like I learned my product inside out. In fact, that was the advice that was given to me by the vice president of the very large company. He even told me, he said, um, I never like he told me, hey, listen, I think I did a live on this before, but he said, hey, listen, you're too smart for, I'll shrink it. You're too smart for your time. Just sell the car. And we were doing loans, but he says, don't open the hood, go over every single part of the car. Just sell the car, right? So, and that's exactly what you need to do. You need to learn the language of your products, learn the language of your opportunity, learn the language of your audience, learn the language to communicate between all these, and you be able to present in a way that's not offending to anybody. And if anybody's looking for that product, then you're the lead in giving them that product. So I think that's such an important because people don't pay attention to the getting in and getting out part. We all tend to focus on in between, like you didn't do anything, you didn't do right. Well, it kind of starts from here and here, right? You get in, whatever. Let's see what happens. Well, it didn't happen. I'm out, right? So it's important to pay attention to those things. With that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. I have lost weight in 2 days, man. Oh, yeah, yeah. Anyway, it's all good. We get it back. Hopefully you feel like this was worthy of sharing. Do what you got to do. Tag a couple people if you feel like this was worthy. With that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your online business. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.